Gene, I bet it's just like
Hello, everybody. Welcome to The Witness. Everything good? We have sound. We have an awake Leo, allegedly.
excellent. Allegedly, yes.
We have
For legal reasons, we have to say allegedly.
allegedly, yes. For anyone who was expecting Stellaris today, oops.
Turns out, game real broken.
Mm, yeah. I was like, I wonder if I should pick up the remaining DLC before we go live. And I look at the store pages for all the latest DLC and see they're all like mixed or even like mostly negative on the recent reviews. And I'm like, what's up with that? And I look, and it has nothing to do with the actual DLC contents. It's because the 4.0 update for the game was apparently broke everything. And they're like, the negative reviews are like, why are you releasing DLC when the main game is still in such a bad state? And I'm like, uh oh.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
not.
we scrambled. We wound up going with the witness because
It's just because
yeah,
puzzle,
I
puzzle.
believe both of us have like started this game before. Neither of us have ever actually finished it.
Yeah,
I had pitched the puzzle game of blueprints, but I guess you had not wanted to because you started off screen. You didn't want to stream that, which makes sense.
yeah. It'd be weird to just.
So
It
we
would be
wound up.
weird to start the stream on day 7.
I agree. I think that's valid. So this seemed like a good sort of like solution.
Line drawn, Dark Souls font. Anyway, this is not a blind playthrough, so
No.
funny secret line. Okay,
Funny secret
we've
lines.
not beaten the game. I haven't seen the ending. I think I've done most of it before, but also that was like years ago, so I don't remember a
Yeah,
lot.
same. It's like I don't like. It's one of those things like I don't know. Maybe I did beat it for all I know. I just don't remember. Like
No, I definitely did not.
I'm sure I didn't. No, like I.
So there's another hidden line here, but if we do this one, um, we get an alternate ending like immediately. So let's not do that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I could show it, but just trust
I
me.
actually I don't know, but I
I mean,
will
it
trust
won't
you to
take
know
too.
what's better content.
I
Okay.
believe
Well,
it opens it turns so it this fence will go away after we solve a few puzzles, but if we do this now, it makes a whole like hotel building appear through like a little gateway. We wander through it, go through a tunnel, and then the player character takes their VR headset off and then just wanders around in real life doing things for like literally 10 minutes.
I mean that's pretty funny, and I kind of want to check that. I'll check that out on my like own game at some point or whatever. We don't need to like if we
But
want
I'm
to do
not
it,
doing
you
that
know,
at the
and go
start of
through
the
it. Yeah,
stream.
yeah, that seems like kind of silly. Yeah.
All right, this is a thing.
This is such a nice just space though.
Right? It's so cozy. Spaces to draw lines too.
Yeah.
Can you solve my epic maze? Yes.
Want a retelling of the myth of Theseus that uses this mechanic for the labyrinth.
Oh no, there's line breaks.
Oh god.
Oh boy. Please moderate these
There you go.
ads. Oh wow, that was an entire. Okay. Yeah. Of course, now that we've started, now that we're live, now I'm sniffly.
Mm.
So enjoy that, everybody. Ah, yes, this one.
Oh my god.
Wait.
Oh Yeah, that looks right. No, wait.
Yeah,
Could you not have? Yeah. Okay. Yes, you want that one. Okay.
multiple.
Right.
I
Yeah.
want this one for now, and then I'll switch it to the other one once we do this. Okay, and now we have lost this one. We cannot do this
Okay.
anymore. There is some input here we can do to turn it back on. I don't know what it is, and I don't care. Um, the opposite of a blind playthrough, a seeing playthrough. I don't know,
All see.
because
What?
it's
No, is it
like
omniscient? Not omniscient. What's the one for sight specifically?
maybe it's like a replay. I don't know, because we haven't beaten it, but we're not blind either.
No, I think I'm gonna say with omniscient playthrough.
Omniscient playthrough. Definitely a puzzle here, but we don't have the right angle for it.
Yeah.
Probably need to be up there. Anyway.
Everyone else also like start just seeing those in real life after playing this long enough.
Yeah, Tetris effect. Alright, it's somewhere around here.
There.
Not even the one I was looking for, but we take those. It has entered the obelisk. I don't know what those do aside from getting you cool points.
I oh I knew at some point, but it's
Yeah.
completely gone.
Also, somewhere around here there is another.
Hmm.
Like you can see like the top part of a line here, yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely see it. I'm trying to figure out how
But
you
we're not
would.
here yet. Not. Yeah, it's not from here.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's like from the other side.
I do not
Like you
know.
can.
Maybe. Oh, we can figure that out later. So here are mechanics that we haven't been introduced to yet, but I do know how they
No,
work. So we need to get all of these black dots. We need to separate the black squares from the white squares. So we obviously can't start here.
no.
We're gonna have to pass through here anyway, so let's just try this and see what happens. Uh, nope,
No, what there, and then
no, yeah, yeah, easy. World's slowest door. Hey, look, a tree.
three.
I don't know if that has any significance. I just think it's neat.
I would assume it has some significance, but probably like the form of the significance is not the. I don't know. Okay.
All right. Remember this. This will be important for later. Do you have like any like paper,
I can.
or you just like take a screenshot? I guess.
You want me to note this down?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Th-
Let
There's
me.
there's a uh, there's a little movie theater that we can input these combinations into to view things.
Yeah. Um. Actually, I have. Where did I put it? I have hexagonal graph paper somewhere.
Ooh.
Um. That might be downstairs. Damn. Let me find something to write. I'll be right back.
Okay. Let's stare at this tree some more. Never mind. The no, 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 the cloud is not gone. Look around in this interesting little room. Look at these bricks. I've run out of things to look at. Oh, I can redo the puzzle. Whoops. Okay, I guess I'll just quickly do that again. Just guys. Run fast, go fast, run fast, go fast. Yeah, I can find the freaking thing. Won't be using those because that's too snaggly for them to make a little proper line. Now, it must be from somewhere further back. Either that's using a tree branch. Nah, not from here. What's this?
All right, I have no idea where the hexagonal paper went, but I did at least find something to draw with, so I can take
Okay.
down the thing. Wait, here it is.
Nope.
It was under my desk all the time.
Great!
Sorry.
Hold on, I need to do something very important with my Discord soundboard. Never mind, I don't have access to Nitro, so I'm just doing this. I was gonna do the anime, wow! But
Okay.
just use your imagination.
Yeah. And then yeah, actually those will be
The rotation doesn't matter just so long as we know what the start and end are.
yeah. Oh god, hang on. Yeah. Why not?
So let me know when you got it.
Got it.
Okay, cool. Alright, now time to get introduced to the mechanics that we've already just done.
Yay.
Yay. Game's so hard. Yeah, this doesn't unlock anything, it is just a tutorial. But we're doing it anyway for completion.
Yeah.
But did you set this? I haven't actually checked. Did you set the stream title that Jorb knows what he's doing? Because that is funny. Puzzles.
Puzzles.
Let's go this way. You never go this way. There's a silly little tree. But now we can up here. Yeah, you really can see the start of the.
Yeah. Unless it's like, I don't know, a red herring or whatever.
It's not. I'm pretty sure I've done it on another playthrough.
Yeah.
Unless I really just want to remember solving it and actually didn't. Hee 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 hoo. Well, technically, but no. You're supposed to do that one on the boat. Almost one, except for the part where it isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, why is this path here? For what purpose? That is suspiciously line-shaped behind that cloud.
Mm-hmm.
It really does lend itself well to the Tetris effect, I'll say that. Yes, we just come up here for that one. Oh well. What did this do? This did something. What's back here? Door.
Mm.
Alright.
Waka 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 waka.
Of all the communities available to us, there's not one I would want to devote myself to, except for the Society of True Searchers, which has very few living members at any time. Albert Einstein, 1924.
Huh. Well, I don't know what that did, but okay.
Made the game seem deep to reviewers.
Oh, I meant the puzzle here, but that too.
Like, wow, you sure do have a lot of like really just kind of vague philosophical notions floating around here. Is there a thesis to this? I actually don't know because again, I didn't finish it, but it kind of seems like the answer is no.
How do I? No. Yes. And now we're back out here. That accomplished something, probably. On we go.
Yeah.
Time for trees, I think.
Time for trees.
chat, do you get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? Whoever set this up had some incredible foresight on the biology of these trees.
I mean, that or it's like put on there somehow artificially.
Yeah.
Like it could just be a fake tree,
Maybe.
right? Like you can make a pretty convincing fake tree these days,
True.
especially at this low resolution.
Okay, there's a branch there. So that's the left half, the far right. It's the branches are crossing over, you see. So it's misleading. This one, you can see from this and that this tree is backwards. So right, so all the way to the right side, then all the way to the left, and then right. I shan't be fooled by these petty tricks. Oh, this one. Ah, yes. So I believe the trick here is, oh no, there's no apple. Except there's one extra broken branch, which you can guess is where the apple was.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I feel like that's sort of like. I assume there's actually like a term for it, where like that's like a thing that you have as a mechanic with any kind of puzzle, where it's like look for the thing, and there's like here's one where like that thing is missing, but you have to you can discern.
Extrapolate, yeah.
Yeah.
I only knew it by the outline.
Or
very, very funny that I quoted Kingdom Hearts real-time fandom, and then we immediately get a bunch of drawings of hearts.
yeah.
That wasn't on purpose.
You must be psychic.
Oh, I don't know about that, sir. Anyway, this here. Hold on. My brain noticed a squiggle, and I'm like, line? Line?
Line?
Line?
Line?
Line?
Line?
Okay, this one we have to back up a fair amount so that the all the details in it fade away in the distance. I believe. Yep. Because if we get closer,
It's a real bold move.
it's too distinct.
To make a puzzle out of, well, it kind of looks like it if you squint.
Right? You literally have to squint to do it. Anyway, this is probably the most iconic part of the game to me, probably because it's so early game, so I've done it several times.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Mirrorland. So I believe there's something you can do by raising these up one at a time, and I don't remember what it does, so I'm not going to worry about it.
I remember something of, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll get to it when we get to it.
Yeah.
Wait. Line recognition. I think I literally already have the one I want it to be, though. And that's this one. But I need to be on the roof or something.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a thing I can do, is I can go up there. Can I go up there now? I think the answer to that is no.
Hexagonal graph paper is dangerous. I've started just tracing shapes on it.
Uh-oh.
Although, what I had gotten, and I'm sure there's a very simple answer to this that I just don't know. But what I'd gotten it for was to try to do some stuff with like chemical designs. Except there are pentagons in those too. So how do you like how am I supposed to draw psilocybin if I only have hexagrams? You
Don't worry
know?
about it. Which creates and adding another layer of complexity. Which one of these is the puzzle and which is random doodling?
Oh no, okay. So actual very simple solution to that, because what we're keeping track of for this game has a set like it's on like that seven hex sort of like larger hex pattern. Uh, this book is split into large hex and small hex, and my
Ah,
duels are on the small hex, and the ones that we're saving for the witness I have at the very front of the large hex, which I've otherwise not used.
okay. So here is where we would get on board the boat if we had one. It'd be a
I mean, like
fast travel station
again,
for
it's one of those
later.
things where like given the format of this. Like it's like, ah, haha, they'll have to solve these other puzzles before going here so they can access a boat. And it's like, ah, there's a lot of like wooden buildings around here. Like I'm just gonna fucking build a boat. Like imagine someone is like stuck on this island or whatever, and then like they just like, oh, I know how to fix this. Just jerry rig together like a raft or something.
Like that one game, Raft.
I have not played that. I think I saw one live stream of it, but I don't even
I
remember
believe that
what
it
is like. What is
includes.
it?
I believe it's about being on a raft.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's probably why it's called Raft.
I would believe that.
It's probably some other, plot stuff and whatever, but who cares?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's melting.
It is. I'm also just thinking of like the puzzles in this game, and then I'm thinking of the wizard homework I've been doing.
Wizard homework.
You know,
For wizards.
well, no, not like okay. So as soon as I said that, I realized that they're like, no, not contract work for Wizards of the Coast, which I actually
Oh, I didn't even.
like email them like, hey, I'd actually like to work on another set soon and do something with that. No, I meant like because right, I study like the occult as like a
Yeah.
special interest. Um,
No, I didn't
and
even
let me.
register that as a Magic Wizards of the Coast thing.
Okay, yeah. But if I just pull up
Cool.
Golden Dawn style sigils,
How do I get on the
which I've been memorizing for a ritual.
tracks?
Look, man, I am not one to ever insist that there is any actual reality to any of this shit, but you know what? It's certainly as effective as any other form of like meditation or like guided imagery stuff, right? You know? Uh, no, not those. Uh, this gives a idea of what I'm talking about. Um, Give me a version of the picture that I can actually like copy and share.
We do not have alert command.
Okay,
Emotionally lurking.
this one. Hello? Bro, this is a brand fucking new Mac Studio. How are you lagging when you have Firefox and Discord open and nothing else?
emotionally lurking, and by emotionally you mean you're leaving the house.
Because Oh, here's one that shows a bunch of them.
Alright, do I need to pull this up on stream, or?
You don't need to. You are welcome to. It is not a secret, but it's just like it is the thing that the puzzles remind me of that I've been looking at. That hang on, let me find it.
Okay.
I saved the picture, so it has to be here somewhere.
Allegedly.
Date added. Hello.
Hello.
Save.
The most useless
Image
response.
No, not that you. Not you. No. There we go. Aha. There's a bunch of the style of sigils that I've been.
Oh. Yeah, let me. OBS. I guess technically browser source will do. Yep. I love all the file types at the bottom. That really adds to it.
I googled Golden Dawn style sigils, and I just picked one that had a bunch, and it happens to be presumably from like an Etsy for like vector files of those.
It makes me think of like Gallifreyan. It's not like Gallifreyan
Yeah,
at all, but
it's
it makes me think
so
of it.
like the actual way that like this is like it's one of those things like, oh, theoretically I don't think you're not supposed to tell, can't say muggle anymore. What's it? Mundanes about this but it's because it's actually just traced on like there's a grid that has letters on it, and then you trace out the name,
Also,
and then you get rid of the grid, and it's whatever the tracing is the sigil.
I just
So they all
you saying mundanes made me think of epithet erased, because I think the fantastical slur is Mundi.
Yeah, that's a pretty common one, I think. I don't know where it's originally from. But mundane does like I've seen it enough. It's the thing that like everyone started using because they're like, well, we like legally we can't use muggle. And now it's like, well, now we don't want to use
Don't
muggle.
want
So.
to use muggle yet. Would rather not be associated. Oh man,
I do hope
it is a
that
shame.
like
It is a shame Leo's not
moving
here.
forward, like 70 years or whatever, the whole franchise gets like H.P. Lovecraft, where like a bunch of like the continuity is just completely controlled by autistic trans people and everyone that J.K. Rowling would like hate to
Yeah,
we're not there.
yeah. And I'm saying that it's a shame that Leo's not here, because we're doing the Viking pilot color puzzles now.
Hmm.
Huh? What did I do wrong? Oh, I missed one. That's why. Oh,
Wait,
well,
okay.
that's
If you
literally
Oh, God.
how?
no go
Because going this way
no
breaks it, and this way breaks it.
wait, but you can start at other places, can't you?
Oh, yeah. Jorb.
Yeah, there you go.
Tricky. I think I need to do this. Yep.
Hmm? Uh, there.
Nope.
No. Wait.
Nope. Nuh-uh.
Will that not? No. Yeah. No. That still doesn't. Hmm.
So this one has to at least go here. In some way, shape, or form. Can I just not do this? No, I... Ah. No, Oh. I almost had it, except for the part where I didn't.
Hmm.
Oh. I don't like that one. That one sucks. Memory serves, this one is the one where the gimmick is printer is running out of toner.
I think that's right, yeah.
Oh yeah, you can literally see it happening. Of course, by the last one, it's invisible.
Yeah.
No exits. This one is just to make sure you get it, and I've realized what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is it's sort of like, well, look, man, until it's completely gone, it's not really an issue. But
So this one is rotational symmetry. In this case, the yellow line actually went this way.
yeah. Yeah.
This one is... just like that, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that should work.
Oh, and this one is just good luck.
Yeah. Okay, well.
That's probably it. Nope. Bonk. Yay.
What a nightmare.
Like Delta Airlines. Can I say that? Like, it's a reference, but can I say that?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Like Delta Airlines, allegedly.
Allegedly. Gee, I wonder how this one works.
Well, before the it's got to the island, it's wild. There was this earthquake. One of the rock pillars fell over, and they were stuck forever. They couldn't figure it out.
Oops. Eh. Some weird puzzles in this game, but I like it.
Like I actually have no idea what the process was, but I'm curious. Like, did they come up with the line puzzles and then the conceit of them being in the world, or did they happen simultaneously, or what? Like, because it
Maybe this is gonna be wrong. Nope. I was gonna say that it was gonna have to be one higher because of the. Anyway, this doesn't unlock anything. It's just for funsies.
Hmm. You don't even need it for like some like complete everything achievement or whatever.
I don't know. Literally, there are 2 achievements in this game. One of them is beat the game, and the other one is a hidden achievement.
Yeah, so I
So
don't.
who
Yeah,
knows?
we'll never know. It's a secret.
I think there's some like timed puzzle near the end or something. The achievements for that, I think. I believe what's going on here is we need to just do that again, but backwards. So I'm just gonna screenshot
Excellent.
MS Paint, rotate, flip horizontal. Because all the nubules are still there, we just can't see them.
Yeah.
Yep. As is perfectly normal. Rotate. Flip horizontal. Oh, this one's actually a rotate 180. Well, this one literally can only start here.
Yeah.
And rotate 180.
I kind of feel like for that one you probably didn't need to stick it in paint. To
Probably
figure it out.
not, but
Big laser. Large. There.
there we go. One down.
Caution to any low-flying aircraft.
If there are any low-flying aircraft, I am spelling out SOS with line puzzles.
Yeah.
Get me out of here. Anyway, with these you can see, like, hey, look, we did one of the hidden line ones. This was the one in the shack. These are all of the various ones we can
You can
find.
see how when they're separated from the grid, they're like, oh, that, like, again, very much looks like the thing I was thinking of. Like,
Yeah. These are all the ones in this area we could find. There's a bunch of these obelisks around.
neat.
I think somewhere there's, like, a pond that has, like...
I would argue that's more of a pylon than an obelisk, but
Yeah. I think somewhere there's like a pond that will develop, like, lily pads for every one of these you complete or something.
do you need a certain number of lily pads to then
No.
do some other secret
Nope.
thing?
It is
Okay.
entirely just for personal satisfaction of completion, as far as I'm aware. Over there is the desert ones, and I don't want to do those, so let's go somewhere else.
Valid. Where's the ones where you have to, like, walk on them?
Is there one of those?
There's a bunch. Yeah, it's like a big, like, glass, like...
Oh, yeah,
like,
no,
have
I
to-
remember now, yeah. Yeah, those are, like, in the castle, wherever that is.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of, what's another area to go to if we do not want to go to the desert.
I'm trying to think of,
but I
where's the
don't know.
windmill? It's around here somewhere. Because we should go in the windmill and use our thing. There's the windmill.
Tilt?
Suspicious line. Suspicious line. We don't have the right camera angle for it, but suspicious line.
Hmm.
Anyway. Oh no, we have to... Right. I remember how this works. Wow, it's a windmill shape!
Uh,
I'll have to actually start the windmill.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, I'm a little unintelligent. I hope you like the whoosh whoosh sound, because there's going to be a lot of it.
You know the like worst volume interface contest or whatever?
Oh god, yeah.
I feel like having to control all the equipment on this island through puzzles is
Oh
sort of in that same
no.
vein. Do, 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 do.
I wish there was a spin faster button.
Yeah.
Because as you can see, there are several line endpoints in this windmill.
Well, I mean, like, on the other hand, isn't there like a whole thing of like there's one where you have to like watch like a 2-hour movie or something?
Oh god.
Right? Like there's one that's like actually very
Oh,
like most people just like leave
hold
for
on,
like
I
an
need to
hour or
commit a
whatever and come
murder.
back or whatever. Yeah.
I love the pop-up. Suspicious user monitoring. Yeah, no kidding. How do I... There we go. No, let me out. No. Well, that's a problem. Round we go.
I mean, I guess, theoretically the answer is because often dungeon designers are insane. Right? They're always like
Yeah.
made by like the mad mage or whatever. They're never like made by like the perfectly reasonable and sensible mage who actually thinks things through.
Yeah. In old school RuneScape, there's a dungeon literally called Melzar's Maze, and it's literally created by someone called Melzar the Mad. And you encounter him, and his abilities include things like summon cabbage,
Mm-hmm.
which is certainly a
Like
spell.
I'm just
And
thinking
he
of
tells you
I've been
he tells you to go away because he needs to feed his pet rock. Okay, I can't be bothered doing this anymore.
I've been watching that time I was reincarnated as a slime, which I had not seen before,
Oh,
and
wait a
I'm
minute.
fascinated by that when Rimuru is like building a dungeon,
Oh yeah,
he's applying like modern video game design like principles to it in a way that makes me think of like yeah, if I was sent back to medieval times, I probably could not actually like reinvent electricity or anything. But you know what? I could still probably make a lot of money because I bet no one back then has heard of a Skinner box.
yeah.
Right? They don't understand like, sunk cost fallacy and all these like principles of psychology that come into like game design and everything, so you could get them like hooked really easily.
Yeah.
Right? There's no laws against loot boxes yet.
Yeah, I still don't know what the rule for that is, but I've done it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's like one of these movies has like a line like halfway through the middle of it or something.
Yeah, like I remember there's like one where it's like, no, you have to like wait a while. Like you have to watch through the movie for at least one of the things. Yeah,
This is suspiciously line shaped as well.
I agree.
Wasn't it? I think this one was like this. Can you confirm?
That's the right shape. I don't know if it matters where you're starting from, but yeah,
Well, there's
it's
only two
basically
starting
just like a
points.
a swirly bit. Yeah.
Movie time.
Well, that's no better a solution than any of the others, is it? So, in the end, have we learned anything from this look at why the world turned out the way it did that's of any use to us in our future?
No.
Something, I think. That the key to why things change is the key to everything. How easy is it for knowledge to spread? And that in the past, the people who made change happen were the people who had that knowledge, whether they were craftsmen or kings. Today, the people who make things change, the people who have that knowledge, are the scientists and the technologists who are the true driving force of humanity. And before you say, what about the Beethovens and the Michelangelos? Let me suggest something with which you may disagree violently. That at best, the products of human emotion, art, philosophy, politics, music, literature, are interpretations of the world that tell you more about the guy who's talking than about the world he's talking about. Second-hand views of the world, made third-hand by your interpretation of them. Things like that, as opposed to this. Know what it is? It's a bunch of amino acids, the stuff that goes to build up a worm or a geranium or you. This stuff's easier to take, isn't it? Understandable. Got people in it. This, scientific knowledge, is hard to take because it removes the reassuring crutches of opinion, ideology, and leaves only what is demonstrably true about the world. And the reason why so many people may be thinking about throwing away those crutches is because, thanks to science and technology, they have begun to know that they don't know so much, and that if they are to have more say in what happens to their lives, more freedom to develop their abilities to the full, they have to be helped towards that knowledge that they know exists and that they don't possess. And by help towards that knowledge, I don't mean give everybody a computer and say, help yourself. Where would you even start? No, I mean trying to find ways to translate the knowledge, to teach us to ask the right questions. See, we're on the edge of a revolution in communications technology that is going to make that more possible than ever before. Or, if that's not done, to cause an explosion of knowledge that will leave those of us who don't have access to it as powerless as if we were deaf, dumb, and blind. And I don't think most people want that. So what do we do about it? I don't know. But maybe a good start would be to recognize within yourself the ability to understand anything, because that ability is there, as long as it's explained clearly enough. And then go and ask for explanations. And if you're thinking right now, what do I ask for? Ask yourself if there's anything in your life that you want changed. That's where to start.
That's a great cult recruitment video. Right? Like, yeah, man, you sure did say a bunch of things. Right? Like, some of them have some bearing on, like, use, but, like, it doesn't actually cohere into anything other than, like, you know, like, I don't know, like, oh, you want explanations of the scientific things that are then, so you can understand it? Well, yeah, but you just fucking, like, said screw you to all the art and philosophy and all the stuff that, like, you know, does, like, make stuff understandable. Like, you know, with, like, you know, oh, Beethoven's not, you know, because he's doing art and not science. It's like, well, okay, but, like, there's a lot of math in music, and many people might actually have an easier time grasping mathematical functions if approaching it like it's just like it's very like okay, you have this like some like you know um anti art sort of very sort of like STEM focused thing plus oh you can do like I'm just like but then like tries to like counter it with like oh well I'm not saying everything like what's his point, man? What's he saying? Believe in yourself is a fucking roundabout way of saying like yo you can understand anything. Uh-huh. Like, and so it's just sort of one of those things like, well, surely this ends with, and I mean, I believe, I don't know if like I believe that is like footage that they got from somewhere and they put in here, or maybe it was made for, but yeah, it says it's made for like military. It's like, oh, so it is to recruit for a cult, right? Like they're gonna give you a solution: join the army.
And I was just thinking about I don't know if anyone wants that. And I'm like, are you sure? I mean, in this disinformation age.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah, like I think it is from a historical thing, but like I think the way that it's presented here in that clip, and presumably like you're just like, I don't know if this is actually saying anything in the way that like it kind of wants you to believe that it's saying something.
Both of science. Oh, this area. I think I liked this area. This game has a lot of things to say. I'm just not sure it knows what those things are.
Yeah, I think they made a bunch of line puzzles and they put it in. It's like, oh look, it's like I don't know. Maybe I'm absolutely willing to believe that it's actually not. No. If you step back and you look at it, and there is something that is trying to be said here. I also think that, you know, uh, if that's the case, it's being intentionally like it's obstructing its own meaning to make itself seem clever, I guess, to a point where like, okay, wasn't the entire point of like that whole clip we just saw theoretically that like, oh, you should like make like things like so that people can understand them? You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make this completely inscrutable, right? Like,
I mean, when you put it like that, yeah, it's. Almost.
like my only thought would be like, well, is it something about like it's about how we make meaning and how there's all this stuff around and we manage to draw these lines and construct a model that gets us through everything, but it's really actually just like, that's do we actually understand it or do we just have a model that like I don't like there's like if the whole point of it is isn't it interesting how people can like make meaning and patterns out of anything? It's like, okay, I guess that works. It definitely feels like the way it's presented makes it seem like it is trying to be more profound than that. But
Where the lines end here as well is.
well, yeah, and again, we only have the one clip, so it's like I said, like that clip could mean anything depending on the context it's put around. So, who knows?
The rock is in the way. I don't care for that at all.
Can you? There you go.
Good thing I can do this. Alright, I think that's all of them? Question mark? No, there's
Is
one
there
over
an
here.
obelisk pylon to check?
Probably. Oh, it's right there, even.
There you go.
There's an endpoint here.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's a question of where do I stand, and the answer is like here.
Yeah, like I mean, like it's even like yeah, like where do I stand? So it's like like perspective, and then like oh, we have this like one like chunk of video that we've been given, and that's like, but like we'll often see like a chunk of a line and be like, oh, this is clearly part of the thing, but it's like, well, it could be a number of things. So it's like I think there is
there's more,
something
but
there.
I don't think I care at the moment.
Yeah.
Because again, it doesn't actually progress the game.
No.
Great door, everybody. Did I like this one?
There's like one you have to start with, and then yeah, you have to on the tree, and then it'll.
Well, I'm seeing the problem that there's a tree in the way. It's a bit of an issue.
Okay, what? Can you go? I want to say there's something where you have to go around the back of this building. You have to like look from like out there in or something.
Maybe. This one's part of the puzzle, but not all of it.
Yeah.
Suspiciously line-shaped.
Oh yeah, those you don't. Yeah, but like I feel like.
I think those are like the hidden ones. It's something to do with these? So let's just open this.
Well, here, there's like ones on that side that we have not, that are clearly like actually. But we have to figure out what the pattern is based on the vines on the other side of the building or something. Right? Like.
What do you mean? Our puzzle is extremely clear. Figure it out. I don't know, man.
Yeah. No, I think go back around. Go look at like the plants on the other side. Do they follow like any? No.
No.
Okay.
I don't remember it being that complicated. I just don't know the rules.
No, I feel like it's yeah. But yeah, I mean, like people, like just in general, right? People sort of like I started from this like idea that's like, yeah, sure, this seems easy to support, and then it's very easy to sort of like you started from a great spot, but like somehow you just like you lost the plot at some point, but because it's in the same like not direction, but like same like. Because you arrived at where you were from somewhere that was correct, you don't realize that where you are is not correct.
For some reason, that's just making me think of the missile knows where it is. It subtracts where it is from where it isn't.
Right.
Do you know what? Do you know what I'm talking about, or just sound insane?
I've seen that clip.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
And that, I mean, like it's one of those things where like technically that's as far as I understand it, that's technically correct.
But that's kind of
It's
correct.
it's not like
Okay.
I don't think it's like particularly practically like useful in how it's correct, but it's like
That
that's
applies
like
to a
math.
lot of
Like yeah, that's
information.
it's calculating the yeah. We're seeing on Tumblr there was like some remix of it that had like took that and there was like
Yeah.
an anime
Anime
girl
girl
dancing
dancing.
to it
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I was thinking
Which
of that
like
version
I've
as well.
kind of like I'm like wow I wish I had any sense of how I could possibly ever find that again. Okay, well that kind of has a pattern actually displayed on it.
Literally getting it right now.
Oh my god.
It doesn't have the anime girls, but I'm fairly certain it's the correct.
Okay, yeah, no, that sounds like the one that I remember on Tumblr, yeah. Well, no, hopefully we don't get, like, copyright strikes or something by the... I don't know, I assume the military?
Also super loud.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, man, the map is not in territory and every map is flawed. Like, it's one of those things where, like, there's still fucking outstanding issues with the standard model, right? It's like, I'm not saying we should throw the standard model out, but, like, like, right now, isn't there, like, a whole thing with, like, the expansion of the universe where, like, hey, that doesn't line up. It's like, well,
Yeah, I think I saw
but
something.
everything else,
I
like,
think I
everything
saw
else works so
something.
well. It's like, yeah, it works, but, like, the model is, like, yeah, the map is not the territory. Like, it's like, this is the best, but it's the best way we have. And what will often happen is people will then see, like, oh, this, this doesn't explain this thing. And I've come up with, like, yeah, but your solution is not actually better. You've sacrificed being able to explain anything else for explaining the one thing that isn't explained, and thus it's not actually grounded in the like you haven't like it.
Yeah, I think I saw something about that
And
on
that's definitely
Turnstile.
also true for like softer science. That's probably not quite the right word, but like for like societal analysis, yeah, like type of stuff of like there's very much like clearly the solution is one of these already concocted ideologies and not something that will be arrived at through actual like it's like no it's like
Fantastic news. Boat.
boat. I feel like this alone heavily raises the estimate of how much would it cost to actually make this park.
Welcome to the Grand Tour, Grand Tour.
We
Right time. But hey, we have a map now. That's nice.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously buying the island, but like sort of like, okay, we know that that's baked in. I guess you're right. I guess having the boat spawn from underwater probably. I don't know. I mean, you can get expensive, man. Maybe that like, it's probably not as much as an island, but I bet you it's like actually still enough. It's like, oh, well,
Pretty high.
that could be like a make or break it. Like, it requires some engineering. You have to do a lot of engineering around the island for it, right? Like, if you like, you want to like lay a bunch of track underwater, presumably, because presumably this is not actually like like this is like somehow on rails, right? Like,
Oh yeah, yeah. There's probably multiple boats as well, because you can spawn it at several different spots, I think.
yeah.
There are some boat-only hidden shapes, but I'm kind of just vibing right now.
Hmm.
Whistle knows where it is.
It's like I don't like. I mean, you know, I guess like I have to like it's like oh, there's anything, and then you get into stuff that doesn't make any sense. Like, yeah, man, Aristotle managed to figure out formal logic pretty handily. Anything that he actually puzzled out through it is complete bullshit.
Okay, well that's definitely one I have to do going in the other direction.
Yeah.
And probably at a slower boat speed. Oh, look, it's full of vault.
Like, I'm sure that it would be at least that much. Yes, I was just sort of like I don't know. Like, is it something that believably an eccentric billionaire could do?
Elon Musk,
Or is
please
it just like
recreate the setting of The Witness exactly.
no? But like I like people like there are theme parks and stuff, or like you can do like that are this scale. Like there are theme parks that are at least as large as this island is, right?
Welcome
like,
back. You missed the Viking pilot puzzles. By which I mean the light blue and yellow ones. There's the castle. Is that? No. Yes, yes it is. This frickin' thing.
Salamanders was if they would fall asleep in logs and then they would come out when you stuck the log in the fire is how they wound up with that conclusion, right? That's the origin of that.
Happens to me all the time.
Well, again, back in the day, yeah.
Line puzzle.
The one like
detector.
I always because salamanders as like the name for fire spirits is like has now like that's a separate thing. Like yeah, they're not the salamanders like lizards, but that like yeah they're like
Aristotle.
that's yeah. But like the one I always remember is that he thought that women's uteruses like swam around the body. Also, just his like I mean you know it's one of those things where like his sort of like conception of how like geology works is like where a lot of alchemy stuff that wound up not actually going anywhere sort of like came from. And then you know normally I would generally say I am more of a Platonist than an Aristotelian, but let's remember that Plato also did you know just like start from like yeah stuff's mathematically certain ideal and then you get to like and that's why we should have a like the totalitarian state that manufactures myths to control people's behaviors. Like oh I think maybe the pro wrestler got a little too big for his britches there.
Oops, there was totally a line puzzle there I could have done and did not do.
Or like I was like you know nowadays we think of you know Plato and it's like oh yeah Plato you know the philosopher like you like at the time you have to like it's like God this must have like imagine if The Rock just like occasionally like said something that seemed like weirdly insightful and then it just turns out that like you know 2,000 years later only those quotes exist and people are like oh yeah it's like no it's
Well, we've got actors
dude, he was an
turning
Olympic
into we've got actors turning into politicians these days. So
yeah. I feel like I remember like reading something like Plato like realistically was like also just like from a wealthy family. Like he was very much like oh this is like very much like someone like, who didn't have like he's like what did you do all the time? Well he thought about things and he wrestled. He didn't need to worry about food or anything. So it's like oh some of his societal like perspectives are clearly very informed by like that versus Diogenes who you know literally lived in a jar.
As we all have done, question mark?
Plato was literally a Olympic gold medal wrestler. Plato is his wrestling name. It means broad-shouldered. Like the original Olympics, not like, the modern Olympics. And I guess, not literally gold medal, because I don't think they had gold medals at the time, but, like, he would, like, it's the, like, that is the, in terms of, like, the spiritual, like, he did the top. He was a very successful wrestler. I mean, he was okay, but like, yes, a gladiator is closer to WWE, but I'm not. He wasn't. He was a historical wrestler. He was not a historic. Yeah, like. I think we do know Plato's actual name, but like it's not for certain, and also it sounds enough like Aristotle that it would actually be very impractical to. I made a joke of it would be like The Rock, but that's again because that's more on the basis of also The Rock is a name that you only know him by his wrestling name, right? That was more the line there. I don't actually have like enough of a conception of like what the culture around ancient Greek wrestling. We know we know that now. Will that survive as long as he's attributed as The Rock more often? I think we know that Plato's name was Aristophanes, but like no one knows him by that name.
Puzzle hard. Jason,
Wouldn't
how?
be so fuck. Oh god, remind me. So you need to divide all the colors.
Yes.
No, you can't. How? Well, how do you divide the blue from the? Okay, and then you.
Wait a minute.
I have no idea, man. Interesting. Can you no? And well, because then that would. This is like actually very difficult to sort of like do on site without being able to like draw on it myself. I'll be honest.
Guess what?
I don't know how much help I'm gonna be. I guess I could like let me if I could find some graph paper, I could like try to like copy it down. But like,
so that line is a given.
yeah, that has to, and then
Obviously, we have to do that. I should probably also color ones that we can't do. Wait, no, there's no reason we can't do that. Some of these are mutually exclusive, though. Which, how do I even... Do that and that and... So then I'd still need to... I still need to divide these somehow. I don't know, man.
oh, how?
Because we need a line here.
Yeah.
We somehow need to cut these two
And
colors both off from the red and the blue. But if we do just like that, then we can't do this.
What if you... No, because then the blue wouldn't...
That doesn't work.
No, what... Like, like, is there, like... There's no way you'd start from, like... there's nowhere else you can start, right? You have to start from there. But you, like, go around... out first, and then in and up the... Is there something there? Not like that, but like some, like...
I think there's a rule we're missing here.
Maybe. I'm trying to think if, like, if you, like, go over to the red initially and, like, go up before the first one and then, like, over all the way. No, because then it would, like there's somewhere where, like, there's, like, we're turning on a line other than where we need to for it to work properly. But that's not... What if you... What if you just turned one earlier when you were doing that, like you almost had the blue together, but you had moved over one more to...
I don't know, man. Do you want to keep banging our head on this, or do you want to go do something else?
We should probably go find another one.
Yep.
We can always come back to it.
Yep. We'll have to eventually, but,
Yeah.
there's other stuff. There's more lines in the sea.
It's true.
Witty. It's much point going up the mountain yet. I want to see if we can get to the castle. This game would suck for the colorblind.
Is there...
And the
I
deaf.
feel like there is a colorblind mode.
There's also some audio puzzles. There's the castle. King of the castle, king of the castle. If I remember, no solutions, only rage. They put a lot of thought into their footstep noises, at least. So they got that going for it. Goddamn. Need you to understand that whenever I say that, it's like that one Fallout screenshot. Oh. What path did you take to get through the maze? Alright, smart guy, let me do it again. So, left. Then... second to last. Then... hang a left and goes... Is that right? No. It felt right. But maybe that's not where the doors were. Oh, yep, there we go. Well, failed the first one, so that's not a good sign.
No.
Oh, but it seems like this is just some other puzzle. Okay, what's the bit for this one?
Is it not the path again?
Well, there's no barriers on this one.
No, you're
Oh, wait.
shadows.
I was like, is it something with the grass? But I think it's this path.
No, that makes sense.
So it's because you don't step on the tall grass.
Mm,
So, right,
much more interesting game if
left,
suddenly there was a Pokemon mechanic.
right, outer edge. Hang a whoopee. Just like that, right? I'm so
Yeah.
smart.
Hooray!
We've got side area to explore. Maybe explore is the wrong word for what just happened there.
Yeah.
And over here, I feel like there's one of those like recording. Nope. Well, that's literally nothing. That's even less of a thing.
Even less of a thing.
Okay. All right. What's your gimmick? It's the footsteps. This is the wrong way. This is the right way. Are you kidding me? Okay, so right at the first intersection, then left, then straight ahead, then right, and nope, not that way. Around this way. It was. It's like this, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, like, there's sort of like you know, I how dare painters not be sensitive to the yeah, there is like a certain degree of like some art forms unfortunately do require use of senses that then sadly not everyone can engage with, and that's a problem. Uh, I definitely think that there should be an effort if there is a way to like provide a way of experiencing it for people who have some limitations. That's like that should be like colorblind mode generally seems like something that should be doable, although I imagine depending on the game it can be a pain. Sound ones, I don't really know how you would do it. I can kind of maybe conceive of a couple ways where you could toggle something, and I don't know.
Okay, this one is just straight up lying to me. I think we have to find out what path is what path solves both mazes. So if you go right, then this way, and that way.
I mean, I have to solve a sound puzzle every time I talk to a person, so you know.
Yeah, this one was just find out which paths are in both mazes.
Mm.
Seeing a straight vertical line. Line puzzle? Line puzzle? No? Line puzzle? Oh lord, I'll get to you in a second. First of all, what's over here? Clonk, 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 clonk. Oh. 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 Do you remember the solution to all of the mazes?
Fucking Nokian great table bullshit. No, I don't. I'm a level with you. I'm mostly here for moral support.
We can just go down and take screenshots of all
Yeah,
the
I think
answers.
just go down, screenshot it, put it together. Like, is it time consuming? Yes. Is it probably the least time consuming solution? Also, yes.
This is my paint.
Mm.
It works, right?
Be very funny if one day it's updated and it's um MRS paint. It's like, oh, congratulations.
I think it's just paint now, actually.
Uh, we're just doing away with the
Yeah.
fuck. What is that part called in a name? Prefix.
Divorce?
No, it would still be. You don't like this. So I landed on prefix, which I believe is correct, but like mentally just I was like, oh, they took my pronouns in the divorce.
Hate when that happens. They took my pronouns in the divorce, Gordon. Wait.
My favorite completely stupid, like, I'm sure they didn't mean it, like, theory I've heard from someone playing Blueprints is that the twist will be that we're colorblind. Which, spoilers, no, that's not it. And I don't know if you can be colorblind for blue. Generally, it's on red-green. I know there is a yellow, like... I feel like I did see something where someone did have some kind of setup where they essentially, like, used sonar to make a shooter accessible despite being blind, but it's one of those, like, wow, that's, like, a lot of work and not actually practical, and kind of more of, like, if they're enjoying it, great, but probably most people would be like, this is not, like, actually a way to make this game accessible to, like, anyone with this different ability.
Wait, if that
Or
does.
disability. I don't, is it, have we, like, I feel like I saw at some point, is it back to disability where it's like, no, like, it's not, like, it denies aid if you try to say just, like, differently abled or whatever or something. I don't remember whatever happened with that. I don't mean to. I certainly don't mean to offend or deny anyone agency or assistance in my language if I use something that is not currently the correct
Jason
phrasing. I
gets
apologize.
canceled. Hello, sir. Oh, I can't go in. Bouncer says no.
Surely you can still, you can go past that, right?
Yeah, but it would be rude.
He's literally been turned to stone.
Yeah, which means that I would be taking advantage of a situation. That's rude. Obviously, I can't do that. Okay, fine, I'm going. I'm not Holly Hollow-Tones Holly Hollow. No, I'm not Penny Parker Snapcube. I can't commit to the pit that hard. This person is being murdered.
I mean, maybe not. It's apparently a fencing sword. It'd be kind of tricky. Yeah, and then you have to fucking walk on it, man. Good luck.
It's not right.
I feel like I have been somewhere that had a room that was just it wasn't a maze, but it was a floor that was like this, a grid of panels that as people walked on them lit up. It's that's a neat thing.
Please tell me that that's right. Okay, cool.
Yay.
And just to be sure...
It would be very satisfying, right? The actual feel of the pressure of the plates as you were.
Yeah. Taking a screenshot. Assuming these don't go away, we might not need it, but...
So it's never explained why these people are stoned, right?
God, if I know, I haven't beaten the game.
All right, so it's not been explained in a way that's made it into cultural consciousness. Okay.
How are we going to solve this one from here? When that one is broke-did. Now, if this one wasn't broke-did, it would be easy. However...
Because it is broken, it is hard.
Not just Well, that didn't do anything, so time to go back and see my mistake.
Yeah.
See where I went wrong. Ah, everywhere. Cool.
Be funny if the solution was actually just to repair the puzzle. It's oh, this is clearly broken.
MS Paint. Y'all cannot see this, of course, but... Jason can see it, so we can speculate.
I mean, who knows what I can see, right? Did you know you can zoom in on a shared screen?
Huh. So wait, which was the actual broken part again? Oh no, it's here that's broken. Okay. I was like, wait a second. Okay. So there's some that we can infer that we must do. And that's this one. And this one.
Mm-hmm. Wait, where's the exit again?
Here. Oh, it's starting here.
Okay. Oh, I was like looking at it sideways. Okay, I see.
Does this work? I think that works.
But all the white isn't together and the black isn't together, but they're not with.
They don't need to be
They're
together.
not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think if that's
Wait.
if that's good enough, then that should work. Yeah.
I literally did not factor in the starting point.
Can you? No, because that's the whole problem. Is that's blocked off, huh?
That doesn't work.
Does that? Yeah, that should work, shouldn't it?
Nope.
No. Oh, yeah. Okay. How do you?
Like that.
There you go. Now you're thinking with
lines. You don't get to not watch my great MS Paint work. Oh god, for a second I was afraid that one wasn't going to work.
I'm still sad that my flavor text of Now You're Thinking with Puddles didn't get used for that Zumburo card. But again, I imagine it would have been an absolute nightmare for the legal team.
Trying to make your co-workers' lives difficult.
I want to be asked back. I want to make their lives as easy as possible.
Kidding me. This is what they want me to do.
I mean, it's like coworker is obviously like kind of like I am a freelancer. I am technically not employed by Wizards or Magic, unless I'm working on a thing. In which case, then I'm employed as a freelancer. It's like, oh, I'm coworker, but they're also like we were. Look, man, capitalism and jobs are weird.
On a boat.
Like, I also would like kind of argue that like I don't know if you're working in creative text and you're making someone in legal's life difficult. Is that a coworker? I feel like to be a coworker, you need to be in the same department. But then as soon as I said, I'm like, well, then okay, what is it if they are in a different department? Because clearly, that's still like there's a relation there. Like, I guess it is coworker. Yeah, sure. So yeah, theoretically, yeah.
You go for a swim?
I'm not a very good swimmer, but you know, I think we'll be fine.
This is a bit of a fixer-upper, but
yeah.
I'll probably just abandoned the castle to come traipse around here. It's like, well, door opened, so see ya. Should probably go back. I didn't intend to get quite this far away. I'm balling in hole. The good thing these shipwrecks decayed in just the right way to give me some hidden puzzles, though.
Right?
Interesting spot for a couch.
Well, you know, I mean, it's very like, you know, what, anthropic principle of like, well, Yes, of course. But if it hadn't decayed in that way, we wouldn't be marveling at that it had decayed in the way to give us a puzzle. We simply wouldn't be like there wouldn't be a puzzle there to. And it's like that's not really how that works, but okay. Go off, melancholy of Haruki Suzumiya.
First of all, where's our starting point? Okay, so we have
I
to
would
do
love
that.
like you joke. I did get good luck on behind 7 proxies onto a magic card. Like,
Well, that's annoyingly placed.
You see, and now we're like, oh, well, you see, clearly there's no design to this because if there were, that would be in a way that created a secret puzzle and not simply makes a puzzle impossible or whatever. It's like, clearly, the code for the witness simply spawned into being with no sort of like intelligent forethought put into it. That too. Well, I was just saying on digital, technically, if they wanted to
Oh,
start doing flavor text on digital, which they should, because physical cards have more and more rules text, which means less and less flavor text, and obviously we still want flavor text, so I think they should put more flavor text on digital cards. Then there would be no limit, but you probably would like time out of your turn while reading it.
maybe this is the solution. We just break the puzzle entirely.
I'm skeptical.
It did not unlock the door. Okay.
I am.
I think I know the solution. I thought I knew the solution. If I didn't have to do this, it would be much easier.
I mean,
Do I have to do this?
unfortunately, as someone who writes flavor text, I have to confront the fact is probably for most people the answer is they don't read the flavor text, right? Like most people who have played with or have a card probably have not read it. They probably like, oh, I look at the rules. Like, I think, unfortunately, like at least from my perspective, unfortunately, most people are just not gonna like names, which I also write like that they'll probably remember. But flavor text, I think, is just like if you're excited about flavor text, you're encountering a card you haven't seen before because your opponent plays it. You'll probably be reading the flavor text. Is my feeling, but I feel like other people probably will not do that, right? So it depends.
Okay, let's start from over here. Let's start at the end of the puzzle.
Okay.
So this needs to be like... No, that's not going to work because then I have to... That, and then that won't work.
So there are a bunch of books. They for a long time have not done physical books for various. They had a couple real bad ones and stuff. And like, so most of Magic's story is done through. It's just published as like web fiction, right? You just go to the website and it has it. And I generally, if there is not an official like PDF or ebook of a story, generally fans are pretty good about compiling those. It's but so yeah, the and there is considerable expanded lore. It is not just flavor text. Would be the most sort of simple, concise answer to that. Yeah.
I'm on the right track, but I messed up.
Are the bad books canon? Ambiguous. Most recent is a book called Forsaken that clearly some stuff that happened in it still happened, but also some other stuff isn't. And also, they recently just changed the character's backstory in a way that's pretty solid retcon, and people are kind of annoyed because people are like, oh well, it's like, oh well, the old backstory for this character was only in like one like throwaway thing. Um, like not like in a cheeky like way, but like if we're talking about events that are related to the book, like we like again, it depends on what's going on, right?
Also, did you see what I just pulled there?
Ooh,
I started here,
right.
and I got these up to here. Then I couldn't proceed because of this, so I stepped off the path here, and then just did the rest of it in both directions from here.
Nice. I mean, presumably that's sort of the idea, but
yes.
it's like yeah.
Also, you can see what the plan for these is.
But anyway, yeah. But like the character's backstory was actually like they went into considerable detail about like not considerably, but like it was not just a throwaway thing in an ebook that they published. But clearly, like then like not enough people read that. It gets the continuity can be a little wonky, but there is a canon, and generally speaking, the quality of something normally is not going to impact whether it's canon or not. There was some stuff with Forsaken where they had to kind of go back and redo a bunch of stuff of how they were not. There were some issues with how this stuff was getting made and how writers were not being told anything about the characters that they were then being entrusted with writing pivotal moments for, which has since been largely resolved by putting someone in charge of actually paying attention to continuity and hiring writers who are generally already familiar. Although I don't think that that's like they're only hiring people who already know all the lore. Although they have like a stable of writers now who clearly all are enthusiastic and do know the characters, so that's less of an issue.
Easy.
Again, it's like this was like years ago now. It's complicated. A lot of stuff was going on, but like I think currently how they're working with like now they have Sean McGuire writing a bunch of it, which is like rad, right? That's like she's a major Hugo award-winning. I was like, surely it's winning, not just nominated, right? Yeah, Hugo winning like author, like. I view keeping up with the lore as something I enjoy doing, and why I managed to do the writing, the flavor text stuff in the first place, kind of. But if I was not up to date, I would say that probably like, it would not be a huge issue because the stuff is self-contained enough that you would. It saves the amount of research you have to do when you start a job if you've just been keeping up with it, is what I would probably say. So is it a responsibility? No. Is it best practices? I would say so. But I actually have not read the Lorwyn Eclipse story, which came out over the past like week, just because I've been busy with other stuff. And it was like one of those things where there was a huge gap where they had Edge of Eternities, which was the last set I worked on. I was super, super, super excited about. And then we had 2 Universes Beyond sets in a row. And while I don't really have anything inherently against Universes Beyond sets, I do feel like this pacing and having 2 back-to-back, it's just like, wow, we just had like 4 months of like no in-canon magic stuff because we wanted to visit Spider-Man and Avatar: The Last Airbender. And like, okay, cool. Glad to be back to the plot now. I believe, well, the Spider-Man one is a little complicated. I believe people did not enjoy the Spider-Man set that much, although people did enjoy the like. Anyway. And then the Avatar one, as far as I understand, it, everyone has been really enjoying the Avatar one. I have not. Again, I've just been busy.
So this one is not the same as what we did on the other side. We have to figure out a new solution for this.
Oh my god.
This is just a regular puzzle.
No, and I have not worked. I feel like probably I should not comment into too much of the process, but I would say that, like, yeah, when they're doing the Universes Beyond, flavor text writers are still brought in for it, and they generally will, like, they want to find people who are knowledgeable about whatever the franchise that it's doing the crossover with is for that. But, like, I don't know if it's required. I don't know. I haven't worked on one, actually, so I don't know. The closest that I've done is they did not have the rights to put the Spider-Man set out digitally, presumably because, we'll not speculate on that just to be safe. But they needed just different names and flavor text and art, but obviously that was someone else's responsibility for all the cards in the Spider-Man set to publish it digitally, and I did that. So I still had to write a lot about spiders, but legally had to not be writing about Spider-Man, right? So.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I think for the Lord of the Rings set, basically all the flavor text was just excerpts from Lord of the Rings. Well, okay, so there's speculation as to the details. I think it's fairly safe to assume that it's like, well, why can't they do digital trading cards with Spider-Man? Because those rights belong to Marvel Rivals, right? How they wound up in a situation where they were making a set in that situation, yeah, I think they've also said, like, originally it wasn't going to be a standard set, and so then they maybe thought, like, oh, that's fine if we don't have the digital rights, we just won't put it on digital because that we don't need to worry about maintaining standard that way. And then they decided to make all the standard sets, or all the Universes Beyond sets, standard legal, and then they're like, oh, well, now we do have to do it. And so, like, but again, that's the speculation. I don't know. But it seems like there's actually, like, a bunch of very plausible ways that they could have wound up in this situation. I imagine they probably will not be finding themselves, well, I think they will be much more wary of winding up in this situation before, because it just does make extra work. On the other hand, people liked, like, the general response has been, like, people liked the Through the Omen Paths, the non-Spider-Man version, better, because it's like, oh, this is, like, kind of like a cool, rather than, like, but I feel like that was more in, like, this sort of, like, as a response to people than, like, not being up on, like, it's I think, again, it's one of those things where there are many different kinds of Magic player and Magic fan, and sometimes you have very conflicting interests, and so something that's very popular will also be very disliked. Or was it Mark Rosewater who said the thing about, like, you can either make a game, like, if you make a game everyone likes but no one loves, or whatever, but no, and it's like, I don't know. It's so. They're not, as far as I know, the official stance on Through the Omen Paths is they could print it physically if they wanted. There's no reason to do that right now because they're essentially identical to the Spider-Man cards.
I almost have a solution except for that one Tetris block.
Yeah, wait, yeah. How do you... Well, what...
I literally cannot figure out how in the world I'm supposed to enclose this.
Yeah, so they could, right? And in fact, there's a card... There's a card in the Spider-Man set that got a different name when there was already two versions of the card, and there's something where, like, Well, why does this need to have then a different name? Why not just print one of the? Why not use one of the? Uh, why not use one of the old ones, right? If there's a Spider-Man version of a card, but there's a mechanically identical, why did we get another new mechanically identical one instead of just using one of the cards that was mechanically identical that already existed? And the answer is because to actually match with paper, right? You can have four. Just an example. I don't remember what the new card is. The old one that had the same mechanic, and there was actually two that had the same mechanic, I believe. But one of them was like Into the Royal. So you could have, four Into the Royal, four of the other old one, and then four of whatever, like the Spider-Man one or the Through the Oven Pass version of it, right? So you could essentially have up to like 12 identical copies, like identical spells over three names. And so they had to give the Through the Oven Pass a new name because in paper there are that many. You have to have as many as many cards with different names, but that are mechanically identical in paper and in digital. So they couldn't have just add a new name to that mechanical card in paper and use one of the old ones in digital. Does that make sense?
God damn, am I supposed to do this part?
Well,
this is
first you have to divide the. You have to divide the colored squares, and you have to pick up the dots, and then you have to do the Tetris.
I mean, just these two Tetris pieces alone, I can't figure out how to do them both.
This is unironically like
because like this is the only way to do the 4-piece.
Yeah, and then how do you have three? How do you?
Like, how in the world am I meant to enclose this? I mean, it's free rotation, but that doesn't help.
There has to be. Wait, no. What if it's not? What if it's like an upside down L? What if the shape that the square that it's in and the one next to it are the two, and it's not the three along the? Is there a way you can like rotate it that way?
What, like this?
And then get down to the, like something like I don't know, but
like physically how?
I don't know. I was just trying to think of is it because I felt like all the ways you were drawing it had it going, just like you were completing the long piece like in one path, and I was thinking maybe if you like go down and then you come back up and you've drawn the thing, then maybe
you know what, like this
the solution.
Essentially.
Well, not necessarily like that, but yeah, like somehow you are gonna go around the edge and come back somehow to like make the.
I feel like I tried that, but let's try it again. I might have actually messed it up before, so let's try it. Let's try it again. I may have incorrectly written it off too soon. That's 4, then this. Gotta hope this works, because if not, I'm out of ideas. Oh my god, I just did it wrong last time.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
I straight up did it wrong last time. My reward for that is absolutely nothing. I think it's just an alternate way to enable this instead of doing the hedge maze.
Oh. Well, that's life.
Womp womp. I've wasted my time. I wonder what speedruns for this game look like.
I feel like I remember seeing some news story about it being fairly, ridiculous.
I mean, it's probably all kinds of sequence... Assuming yeah. No, sequence breaking or glitching or stuff.
Mm.
What's the fastest as intended, you know?
So, I mean, it has to be at least, 2 hours. Because, again, you have to watch the movie at some point, I think.
Just the most efficient route. Yeah, only did 2?
Well, to quote War Games...
Oh wow, there's a door up there that just popped in. That's funny.
Hmm.
Let's go over here. I'm just trying to put off doing the desert.
Okay, speaking of physical and digital card games, though, what baffles me is I think we still do not have a digital client for the Digimon card game, and I want to play that so bad, but I doing it I don't have sort of anywhere to play it in person. And
This is messed up, by the way. Going from the real thing to reflection.
yeah.
Man. Hey, look, Tetris pieces, our favorite.
I mean, I do like Tetris.
How the... What?
As we found, the shapes can rotate, right? So can't you
Yeah,
just
but it has
go
to at least include
in a?
this in it.
Oh yeah.
That just seems
Okay.
literally impossible.
Can you not just go over one more and then up and then over to it?
I mean, I don't think they can be rotated.
No. Oh yeah, you're right. That would be four.
Oh, well,
Okay,
they
never mind. I'm
also
sorry. I
did
was
the
I
wrong
was
number
I was
there,
off
but-
by the. Well, that feels like that should work though.
You would think, but no, only the ones that are at a kind of a diagonal can be rotated. This can't be rotated. I need to do.
All right. I see.
I need to do
see.
this shape, but include the Tetris piece in it.
Well,
Which-
how
which is
can you do that
impossible.
when that's at the edge?
Right?
When-
I don't know. That's why I'm so concerned.
You're sure it can't? It can't be the other way.
I mean, I literally.
It's not
just
like there's some
tried.
other. Yeah. Oh, I'm just trying. I don't know, man.
So I just saw. Well, hi, welcome, Neil Mew. Sorry for not acknowledging you. I'm focused on puzzles. It is possible.
Well, I figure for that you use an AR
Oh,
thing, right?
wait, no. I was gonna be like, oh, I could do like this, but it's still that's a rotation.
No, maybe we need to come back to it. I don't know.
I don't know, because literally can't do that without going off the edge. Oh, all right, bye. Not doing that section.
No.
I think it's time.
Okay.
I just remember this part as being really long. Everyone's favorite sunlight smudge puzzles.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, if there's any amateur game designers in chat that want to be able to market their game as having stuff written by people who've worked on major games like Magic the Gathering, I really fucking need some work.
You can see down there as well. Oh, okay, that's rude. That is, there's no need to do that.
No.
Why don't we turn it off if you get it wrong and make him do it again?
No, that's just...
I already solved the puzzle. You don't need to... I get that...
I feel like...
I kind of get it. They're trying to make sure I don't just brute force it, but...
QA beta testing
Why was
for
that
this
wrong?
game must have been a pain, right?
Why was that wrong?
Even in the end state, it is it's a very difficult and sort of tedious thing. And so it's just Is that true? I never watched Kim Possible. That seems like such a weird... Okay, whatever. Cartoons.
Oh, right, this whole mechanic. Ah.
Well, again, what's interesting is like I would expect either in that case the character to be very brainy or to be like so far away from brainy that like it's like a joke. But as far as I understand, like I don't think that's the case either. Like so, it's just like oh, that's like, all right, a novel bit of character like struck presumably that's narratively convenient on a number of situations. That's again, having not seen the show, that is the impression that I've gotten. Yeah, it's like okay, I did.
The good thing that it's the right time of day for the sun to be positioned appropriately for me to get these highlights.
Well, obviously, it's an artificial sun.
Honestly, given that the time of day never changes, like
That too, yeah.
I think go up there to see that last one. Let me do that again. Someone get me a freaking flashlight. Imagine the work that must have gone into the lighting engine just for these puzzles.
I'm just remembering the story on Horizon Zero Dawn where the answer is like, how did you get all the lighting to be so good? Is, well, we got rid of all the parts that were bad.
Can't argue with that.
Like, it's like, well, this is like, well, that's technically true. But I forget, like, exactly, like, it was like they were just, like, in every area, they actually, like, did somehow, like, something where they, like, would somehow affect the lighting that it would only work in certain ways, and...
This one also. Yeah. Smudge puzzles, derogatory.
I mean, that's nothing. Plenty of children's cartoons parents never get their names revealed.
Plenty of children's cartoons parents don't exist.
It's true. I was rewatching Card Captors recently, and it is amazing how many dead parents there are in that show.
And it's still probably less than the average D&D backstory.
Yeah, but it's just like, you know, every main character seems like, I guess Mei Ling, I think, has like still look no, because you, but like like it's one of those things where like obviously like quite notably Sakura and Xiaoren both have no, it's just like, and it would be like random like side characters. It won't be like this is like all connected. It'll be like, it's like there's one early on where like they're like an art museum and it's like the kid of one of the artists who died is like breaking in to try to fix a painting that's been messed up or whatever. And then there's like, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, this is like, sure, fine. And it makes, you know, sometimes you have stories where there's dead parents. And then there's like three more like side characters just from one episode who also like, at least in one case, seemingly for no reason related to the plot, have a dead parent. It's like, I assume this is something that Clamp like does intentionally as like an artistic like thing, and is I mean, but it's just like it is like it was just a thing of like watching like this seems like a statistically improbable number of stories revolving around dead parents for
one of
a
the
children's show.
One of the writers writing what they know or something here, like
I would assume so, and that's again in no way a criticism. Just something that I noticed watching. Like this is happening, like more than I would anticipate would just happen naturally if it wasn't being done intentionally. Well, no, because right, Shaoran's mother is the head of the dynasty that's descended from Clow Reed, and so like pointedly like sent him to go capture cards, and Sakura's dad in the anime is apparently just like completely oblivious. In the manga is the other half of the reincarnated soul of Cloud Reed, and presumably like on a subconscious level is like letting this happen because it's all part of the plan. Right? They're not like none of them have no parents left. As far as I know, even I think amongst the like side characters, like we never see the mother of the kid of the artist, but like it's like a lot of single parents. But I don't think anyone is actually like out both their parents. I know it's changed for the dub. I don't remember in the original or in the dub or the manga, which again there's like various different like what is going on with Meilin. I think her parents are alive though, but for some reason, yeah, I don't remember.
Well, about my the queer isekai I've been writing in my spare time. I say writing. I haven't made like any like chapters or anything. Just general story beats.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always stuck there with so many. It's easy to. Yeah. But I mean, or like, yeah, like it's very common in anime for parents like to just like, wow, all these high schoolers sure do live alone in an apartment so that they can conveniently have all the magical characters show up and not have to worry about parents. But like, it's actually like weird when it is addressed like, oh, where are the parents, right? Like, I feel like Call of the Night has something about like, oh yeah, his mom works odd hours. Like, oh, okay, so she exists.
I think we're done with smudges now.
One of my favorite, just as far as like dub changes go, is again in Card Captors. There's the thing of like, oh god, there's the thing of that in the original. Tomoyo's or Madison in the dub's mom was cousins to Sakura's mother, but it was changed to them being friends in the dub. And what's very funny is this then makes her behavior towards Sakura's dead mother come across much more like, spurned lesbian lover than cousin. And it's like, this is like the law of equivalent exchange for what they did to the Sailor Moon dub.
Yeah,
like, they're not lesbians, they're cousins. They're like, they're not cousins. That's weird because of some other plot stuff. It's like, cool, now they seem like lesbians. Good job. Because in the original, it's like they're cousins, and Sakura's dad was a teacher that was dating a student. Like, his mother was a student. And he was, like, it's one of those things, like, the age difference is small enough that's, like, it's actually not that weird, but it's clearly weird enough that, like, it's something that was noteworthy and needed to be cut from the dub. Yeah. Frankly, I'm still not really sure why that means, Tomoyo's mom had to not be related. Because I feel like you could still change the dub to be like, oh, they were cousins and they didn't see each other after this thing, instead of like, oh, they're friends and they grew apart. Like, I don't know. But it's definitely one of those things where it's like, wow, you've, like... It's a weird sort of trope when family members act like that about someone also, but like when they're not family members, like this comes across as romantic, and yet clearly not intended that way.
Stupid. So the line here clearly starts here and goes that way.
Yeah.
And then there's a bit
have to go
here.
over.
So like, what could that be other than this?
Do you go to the other? Go past that to the.
Because that part's
no.
unused. Oh, there's more.
No, it's in the episode where they established, and I believe Card Captors had finished by the time it was dubbed, right? Also, side note, they did a newer dub that's like more accurate to the Japanese version, and it's just worse. Like it's like, yeah, it is more accurate. It's not a dub. It's like, oh, we made it sound more like the Japanese voice actor. Right. Japanese voice actors voicing small children sound much younger than you get in dubs, and so this 10-year-old sounds the same as Anya Forger from Spy Family, who's much younger. Right? It's like, no, because it's like English has a different, like, obviously you want to create, like, I think that there was an art form to the not faithful, like, kind of more taking liberties, like 90s dubs that did change more stuff, that it did lose accuracy, but there was some form of art to it that now we prize accuracy so much that you generally don't see, like there's not as much consideration for, like, is this actually going to, like, play with the audience, or does this, like, conform to sort of, like, that kind of thing. And I just feel like in this case, I'm like putting back in all the same-sex relationship stuff that was cut out of the original dub. That's obviously great. That's good. But I like the style of it. It's just like, I don't know, man. I think this is the if someone's first experience was the newer dub, I'm sure they would think, like, this is fine. Although I still think Sakura sounds much younger than 10, even though it's like, realistically, that is what a 10-year-old would sound like. But that's not what a 10-year-old sounds like in an anime where they're voiced by adults, and we, like, no 10-year-old sounds like Ash Ketchum either, right? Like, that's like... Yeah, like, again, so it's like... So then when an English voice actor tries to do a voice that matches a Japanese voice actor, it sounds like they're doing a, like, weirdly artificially high pitch, because that's not how you would speak in English. And so, like, this is like you are not letting, you're being too literal in your translation, right?
I recently saw an anime subbed where there was a part that was clearly voiced by an actual Japanese child, and it did not sound right.
Yeah, no, it's just like, I don't know. I super really actually want to do a thing. Like, if I had unlimited budget, right? I would love to get some animators and make something that looks like a 90s anime, and get voice actors and have it done in the style of, like, a 4Kids dub, right? No, Cardcaptor was not actually 4Kids, it was Nirvana, but that's beside the point. That style of dub, right? Saban also, that, like, the 90s, not accurate, clearly all, referring to onigiri as sandwiches, everyone has Western names, weird cultural references that the kids definitely won't get, but the parents that are watching with them on Saturday morning will, type of stuff, right? And then have there be an entire thing of, like, there's some conspiracy around the original Japanese one, which obviously doesn't actually exist. But then you could, like, I think, like, there's a lot, like, I think, in sort of the found media, lost media, ARG type of environment, I think that's a very, like, rich sort of, like, soil, right?
Translate my own freaking screenshots here.
It's like, I don't know. I got a DVD that is, this is like a fairly recent thing. Is they took the 3 movies that were spliced together to make the Digimon movie for the English version, and they got a bunch of the voice actors back to dub the full separate 3 movies. Like, but is this, like, because they clearly had to retranslate, like, they never actually translated the full script of each movie originally. Is it like, okay, are we going to get the same kind of, like, soundtrack that we had originally? Are we trying to maintain any of the character of the dub, or have we just said, well, we got the voice actors back and we're otherwise gonna make it completely accurate to the Japanese. It's like, well, that's not the same thing, you know?
Well, now we're doing smudges, but with reflections. Ugh.
Step 1, come up with gimmicks. Step 2, combine the gimmicks.
Step 0, create a gimmick that doesn't suck. Failed.
It's never been achieved.
This suspicious line piece. What's that one?
I mean, I feel like Sailor Moon's like is one of the like it's also had it's been redubbed several times now.
Well, I found the solution for one that I'm not at yet.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't help me now, though. May I know the answer, please?
Yes, I have. Yeah. Do I, the Power Rangers nerd, know about a failed project by Saban? Yes, I do.
Oh gosh. Okay, so this one is I'm not allowed to look at it while I do it. So start there, then up, right, down, right. Sorry. So up, down, no. Up, right, down, upright, down, up, left. Can you remember that sequence? Up,
Give me that
right,
again.
Up, right, down.
Up, right, down.
Up, right, down.
Up, right,
left.
down. Left. Yes. Erdurdle.
Down. Up, right, down.
Up, right, down, left.
There was more pieces than that.
That's okay. What you gave me was up, right, down, left. If there's more than that, you need to give me it again.
So. Up, right, down, upright. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? So, up, then right. So up, then upright, then down, then upright, then down left. Upright, down left. There we go. Okay.
There you go. Well, I mean, and of course Hasbro bought Power Rangers, and it was like, we have enough money, we can do original footage ourselves and not have to rely on, oh no, why aren't we making money?
Okay, we got another one. Down left.
Oh boy, okay.
So down left.
Down
right.
Down.
Just kind of around the edge. Then to the middle, and then okay, I think this one's actually not too bad. Yeah, that one wasn't so bad. Is the door open? Am I allowed to continue?
I mean, I would love. I think they have now dubbed a bunch of Sentai, which I actually should watch at some point. But
Oh god. Every room of this just makes me go, oh god.
Mighty Morphin Season 3 did like they had a bunch, and that actually worked very well because they were able to be like, can you have these characters working together? Because they you know in Power Rangers they're in a relationship or whatever, which was not, so they were able to do that. But yeah, no, it's been, and like now Super Sentai is actually I think like taking a break for like a year or something because like it's also not, somehow the toy commercial isn't making money. And it's now because Hasbro has like, well, we're not adapting the Sentai anymore, and we're doing our own thing with the Power Rangers brand, which again has not gone anywhere yet, and they certainly haven't done anything with the actually amazing movie that's now almost 10 years old. Oh god, but yeah, it's like they've just sort of like there was a messy divorce essentially.
Oh well, these things happen.
The last like couple seasons of Power Rangers were just on Netflix, right? Like, so I was already like, oh well, you can't just like stick something on Nickelodeon anymore.
Netflixolodian. Like these puzzles. This would be so much easier if I had like a flashlight or something. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Can I just jump down there and stop playing the game? Break my legs.
It's just not the Stanley Parable.
What if it was? What if The Witness, but with the Stanley Parable narrator?
Actually, was The Witness one of the games visited in like the redone
It might
like
have
thing
been.
where you go to all the games or something? I kind of think it was.
That sounds plausible. Because they couldn't do Minecraft anymore.
Yeah. I know Firewatch was in the newer one.
Oh yeah, they definitely went to Firewatch. God. Now, not only are we at find the right place to stand, it's find the right place to stand at the right time and then flip it in your brain.
Rotate it in your brain. Hey, I think there might be something wrong with the state of just like media in general. I think it may be too.
I think there might be something wrong in general.
Yeah, just like as in most cases, I would say the problem is capitalism, but obviously there's a more nuance.
That one picture of Bubbles with the Spanish text that's just it's probably capitalismo or whatever. I don't want to keep doing this.
I mean, we've been playing for like, if you want to call it for today, that's also fine.
I'm going to leave this area and go do something else.
All right, yeah, sure. Because I don't know, I don't remember what other areas are available for us right now. We may have to do something that we don't enjoy. I would agree. Television channels as a concept of no. I mean, I think because we've already gotten to the point where we've reinvented cable with streaming services. right? Buy this bundle of all these streaming services. That's just cable. You just reinvented cable, except without the communal aspect of things airing at a specific time, so that there's actual any kind of like interconnectedness with other viewers, and you just watch everything on your own. You watch everything at the same time, so your attention span is shot because you binge everything, can't actually change focus anymore.
I think piracy is pretty cool.
I have been deliberately not binging stuff. I've been like, I'm picking 5 shows, and I'm alternating through them as though it was a programming block on Toonami.
Let's boat. So the fact that I can just summon a boat wherever that makes a previous boat disappear is fascinating. He does suggest that at any given
I'm aware that Toonami still exists. But you know what I mean. Like, so go on. Boat.
So at any given moment, every area has a boat available.
Yeah. Yeah, if anyone here has not watched My Adventures with Superman, it's an absolutely phenomenal cartoon that I believe is technically on Toonami, but Toonami is part of Adult Swim, so it's like a Metro Hospital. Because then I wind up watching it because it's still on HBO Max the next day. So it's like, I love this. I'm not staying up till like 11 p.m. to watch a 30-minute cartoon. I'm gonna watch it the next day. Have you seen it?
Nope.
It's very, very good. And I mean, I feel like you know me. I have strong opinions on how, generally speaking, Superman is not understood by anyone who writes him these days. But that cartoon and the movie that came out this year, I think both do a very good job. I think the movie may have taken some inspiration from the show in terms of how it approached a couple things, but not like super closely. I don't know how to comment about the change the origin thing without like pretty serious spoilers for the movie, but I think that it's going to be very interesting to see what Kara's perspective on all that is when we get the Supergirl movie that's supposed to be the next one we're getting from them. Given that she, in most continuities, would have been around firsthand for events that we have, like, the plot requires no one to actually know what's going on, right? Like, Kara speaks Kryptonian. There's like that element of the movie makes no sense, and they need to address it somehow, because how did she never like? Yes, but the major change to the origin involves something being spoken in Kryptonian in the Fortress of Solitude that they share, which means that she would have been able to, like, first off, she would have been around when they were leaving and been able to say, like, here's like what was going on in Krypton. Even if Kal-El's parents had kept that motivation secret, right? Like, when she gets there and she's in the Fortress of Solitude and he's playing that message, she would be able to understand what it's saying.
I can only assume the writer's just for gore.
It's you know what? I unironically actually do expect that it will actually probably be like a relevant element of the plot in Supergirl, because I feel like how things happened in Superman and what we know about the characters, and with the knowing which comics James Gunn has said are sort of like being used as like a sort of the template for the Supergirl movie. I feel like there's like I think it there's no way the writers knew they were going to introduce Supergirl and use that version of Supergirl that they said they're going to use, one that very, very much does like was around on Krypton, remembers it like living there and everything, and then have a plot point that requires no one around like pointing out what something being said in Kryptonian and recording means when that's like a whole.
Could this go any slower?
Like use the presence. Yeah, no, I mean, again, here's my actual, like, this is not a hot take, I don't think, but you need to cast Clark Kent, not Superman, and that's true, right, from a casting perspective, but also from a perspective of like you need to understand that that's the character that we're talking about. Superman is a persona that Clark Kent puts on to do Superman stuff. But Clark Kent is a character, and Clark Kent is a reporter, and so his reporting probably should matter.
You would think so, wouldn't you?
And if his reporting specifically doesn't matter, at least like Lois's should, right? And then like his like being a coworker then comes into it or whatever, right? Like yeah, no, I mean, I feel like we've had this conversation on stream before of like, yes, Superman is a disguise that Clark Kent wears. Bruce Wayne is a disguise that Batman wears.
I'm just thinking about that time when Clark Kent was pretending to be Bruce Wayne, and then like, yeah,
Started barking.
Yeah. Okay, great. I'm so glad I came out here.
And then, of course, there's Wonder Woman who just like doesn't, doesn't bother with really having
Wonder Woman
any kind
and
of.
Diana are the same.
Yeah, like occasionally she will have it as like a secret identity, but it'll often still be like kind of the worst kept, like no one, like not even a secret, like oh you never asked type of thing, right? Like.
Okay, there is no reason for this one to move this slowly.
Hmm.
Like, come on.
Three-way. Which it's completely insane that defaults to assuming that's a sex thing.
Come on! My God, why? Did you forget a 0 or 2 when setting the speed on this thing?
Yeah, real. I don't know what's up with that. I also, but so like I'm excited. Like we're waiting on season 3 of Night Adventures with Superman, but they did announce like also in addition to that, there's going to be a Green Lantern series set in the same
There's nothing here.
continuity by the same people, and it's like, oh, this is gonna rule because it's gonna be Jessica Cruz Green Lantern. It's like, oh, that's like, I'm excited for that to be the Green Lantern that like a generation of kids winds up like knowing. And if they do the writing as well as they have on Super, it's like oh, this is like going to be a very good like. So there's like I like this shared continuity. On the other hand, I also like I want them to go as long as possible before doing anything with Batman because then everyone's oh we're gonna have Superman. But like no, let Superman like they very pointedly not introduce like really any other heroes in the Superman show. There's alluded there's visual evidence that Green Lanterns exist, and now we are going to have a separate show in the same continuity, but not crossing over, presumably, with Green Lanterns. But overall, it's like, no, this is a Superman show. We've mentioned Gotham. We're not going there. We're not having Batman. We're not doing any of that. This is let's let this, develop naturally.
Anyway, we literally can't do anything here.
Mm.
So do you think that was a giant woman who got petrified as well, or? I hope so.
Well, no, because that kind of melts into the stone.
Been there longer. Uh-oh, there's a train coming, question mark.
No, we're getting a Mr. Terrific movie, though. And I'm pretty sure we're getting a Green Lantern movie that's going to have, like, several Green Lanterns in it, including Guy Gardner.
There's a YouTuber I've been watching who has an ongoing series where they just come up with members of the various Lantern Corps from, like, various types of media. It's like, they've got the gaming Green Lantern Corps, the literature Green Lantern Corps, the movies Green Lantern Corps, the mythology Green Lantern Corps.
Guy Gardner is not the obscure Green Lantern. You take that back. You take that back.
He recently did the literature one, and I'm like, I know that it wouldn't make sense. I know this. However, Jay Gatsby as a Green Lantern would be very funny. Just for the green light thing. It wouldn't fit him, but it would be funny. I believe they made Jay Gatsby a Star Sapphire.
I think it's supposed to have Hal, John, and Guy in it. And possibly also, like, it's going to be like, oh, this is like, we're doing the whole thing. The one that I would say is obscure at this point is probably Alan Scott. Who, as far as I know, is still canonically a Green Lantern. He was the original one, and then, like, sort of, but, like... I mean, Guy Gardner becomes a White Lantern in the comics, right? Like, they could do... Like, he doesn't have to die. Not that I think the White Lantern and Black Lantern stuff is actually not very good. But, like, conceptually, at least, okay. Yeah, I don't know what... I think... Hawkgirl and Hawkman are not easy to do. Okay, there is not another Green Lantern movie currently being done. There is the Green Lantern HBO series, which has Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan. Apparently, there's been a trailer for it. I didn't realize that. Unless it's like a fan man. I don't know.
Never be sure these days.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, I guess it's like that's a separate thing currently.
I remember when fan trailers were like the Minesweeper movie trailer, the Pac-Man movie trailer. What was that? It was some kind of man. Some kind of Pac-Man. Can't be that way. Can't be that. Can't be that. Cool. I don't know.
Looks like at least they had clips of it in a larger thing that HBO did for like showing all its shows coming up or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, like that's a separate thing. Although, as I understand it, it is in canon, like with Peacemaker, it is in the same canon as the movies, right? Like it is like with Superman and everything. And so while this one's going to have it's going to be Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, it will. Oh no, okay, yeah. Nathan Fillion is listed here as appearing in it. So who knows? Damon Lindelof amongst the creators for the show. That'll be either fun or not.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
I like Lost. I hate Prometheus.
You ever think about how...
I liked Watchmen.
I was thinking about
I probably hate other things that he's... What else?
You know, that one statement from Star Wars is actually really...
Tomorrowland. The only Sith deals in absolutes being itself an absolute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't want to do these.
Well, it's one of those things where everyone wanted him to play Hal Jordan, but now he's too old. But he's aged into being the perfect Guy Gardner. Also, with the Joss Whedon stuff, are we allowed to still be like, oh yeah, is this thing with Captain Hammer, or is that off limits in the same way that various other media is when the creator is
Bad.
Because obviously he's not the problem with it, but still,
Wait.
Because I've gotten flack, someone was like, oh, where do I know Jason Isaacs from? He was Lucius Malfoy. How dare you cite Harry Potter? That's where people are gonna know him from, man. I'm sorry. It was a major popular movie. It's where people are likely to know the actor from. Is there a more recent thing that Jason Isaacs is now probably better known for? Maybe, but I'm not sure what it would be. So I still feel like I was defended in that case, at least. But it's just oh, Nathan Fillion. There's nothing wrong with Nathan Fillion. But since there's a problem with Joss Whedon, are we allowed to reference... Right. Now I'm actually blanking on the full... It's Dr. Evil's sing-along blog or whatever. Personally, I know Jason Isaacs from single-season artsy television series Awake, which it's probably for the best didn't get a second season, but by God was that a high-concept show. It was a crime procedural where he is a detective and he gets in a car crash with his wife and son. And from then on,
committing a crime.
Whenever he falls asleep, he wakes up in, he alternates between two worlds that are color graded differently for ease of telling them apart, right? Very much same, as blue and red verse from, Fringe. Where it's oh, you can tell by how this is lit that it's one or the other. And in one, there's one timeline where one or the other survives. And so there's the wife timeline and the son timeline. And it's oh, that's interesting. He can't decide. But then, there start being weird crossovers where he finds a clue in one reality that helps solve the crime in the other reality. How is that possible?
Oh my God.
It was very high concept, but I think it worked very well, and then it sort of came to a head with the end of the end. It would have been interesting to see where they went, but it was wrapped up as well as I think as probably they could in that one season. I think.
Wow, this one is really cool solution you had for the last puzzle. Now do it again, but make
what if you had to use
a different solution?
Yeah.
Like, cool, that's mean of you. Nope, that's not right.
No, it was like on the NBC, I think, or like 20. I'm gonna say 2012. Jason Isaacs awake.
Hmm.
2012. I was right. NBC 2012. Yeah.
My solutions are almost working, except for the part where they aren't.
I have a deep passion for shows that got one season and it's like, well, that's probably for the best, but like also like, oh, this was very high concept and like, remember Terra Nova?
Aren't those the names of some tests we had in high school?
The show aired when we were in high school. There maybe was also it's the one where the future is like it's like 2050s or whatever. It's like so polluted that they found a time portal back to dinosaur times, and they're sending it through like a colony. They're like, this is fine because clearly we sent the probe back and it didn't like we couldn't find the probe in the present, so clearly this is a branch timeline, so it's not like we're gonna like screw over our own history by like going back to dinosaur times, and so it's like essentially just an excuse of like, oh, we're going to build a new society in prehistoric Earth and have dinosaurs as like a thing that like they have to contend with while setting up the society.
Look at this
And in
solution.
the last
Look at
in
it.
the last episode, yeah,
I don't like it.
it's not good. In the last episode, they like found that like they found a fucking Viking ship. And like, oh, there's another time portal, and there's like so much, and like, nah, it ended. Same with like Alcatraz and like the any show that one showrunner has worked on, I think basically other than Fringe has been doomed to only get one.
I think I'm about ready to call it.
All right,
The puzzles are definitely reaching annoying level.
yeah.
Probably leave it here. The next time we can figure out what the heck we're gonna do. Assuming there's a next time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being had.
Hmm.
Don't worry about don't worry about why that's a pause menu option. Anyway, good night, gamers.
Good night.